Redneck Tech makes it for 5 months. It's been 5 months already? Son of a bitch. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Invasion Nation Morning Show, brought to you by yours truly, Redneck, powered by Twitch, who does not sponsor me or endorses anything I do, but just definitely lets me be me. So, and they're actually not as bad as other platforms. So, yeah. Steel Toe Morning Show is awesome. Those guys are crude. Wow. You just got a way to kill everything, don't you? Ha! Oh no, I ain't got no hurt feelings. I don't give a shit. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Well, I hope his voice would be silky smooth. The motherfucker's been doing it for 15 years. If he ain't got it figured out after 15 years, then jeepers Christ, get the fuck off the air. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. 15 years out of you, bet it's time to shit or get off the pot. Either be good or suck at it. Oh, good morning, everybody. So, yesterday, the Germans left. I checked in on them last night. They were in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, I think. Or no, maybe they were past that. I don't know. Anyways, they were sitting in a bar, getting some food, getting something to drink. They were going to go see Mount Rushmore today, things like that. So, they have been. It's just they took a month-long vacation over here. So they're going to Wyoming to go see another friend that travel buddy had met while he was bebopping around out here. And then, yeah. And nothing worked out this past weekend. I mean, I was supposed to go meet Wolfram, go meet Fuzzy Jigs and Hip Hop and a few other guys. Walleye Thomas. I was going to go meet all those guys. And yeah, nothing worked the way it was supposed to. So maybe at another time. But you guys will be embarking this weekend. It looks like the weather's going to be pretty good this weekend. I'm going to be fishing a different spot. So, free monkey. I like monkeys. Oh, I sound tired. I need a tune. Fuck yeah! All right, Krippner, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I just realized that Straight Machine Nationals is in 2 weeks, and I have no money to go. I'm like, oh, shit. So, yeah, we'll be posting something online for sale today. I did not realize it was that close already. Son of a bitch, it's in 2 weekends. All right, Gus, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
Oh, I didn't even do the rundown of good mornings, did I? Son of a bitch. Jerry, good morning. Ruger, good morning. Ruger wife, good morning. Chad, Penny LaRue, good morning. Never back down, good morning. Matt Ram, Redneck tech support can fuck off. But good morning anyways. Boss lady, good morning. Never. Let's see here. Crazy lady from the farm, good morning. Let's see here. Who else am I missing? Utter idiot, good morning. Ryan, good morning. Farmer trucker, good morning. Jody, good morning. Krippner, good morning. Running down the list here. See, this is what happens when you start late. You gotta scroll through and try to remember who you already said. God, I should work at a carnival. Probably not. Linnea, good morning. If you stream, it's right. Oh, I'll stream. I always stream from Street Machine Nationals. Hell yeah. I could actually stream constantly down there. We sit right next to the dyno run. Everything. See some of the baddest shit out there. Yeah, man. Blake, good morning. Good to see you. Well, I got to sell some shit first before I can even get down there. It's about a $300 weekend because I'm down there from Thursday till Sunday. Food's not cheap down there. And we're there from open to close. So anyways, I want to thank you all personally. Those of y'all who came out and, came and hung out with Travel Buddy and Marcos and me and everybody else. It was actually pretty good. Those of y'all came out for the Welcome to Minnesota party, the meet and greet for those guys. Appreciate y'all coming out. Those of you who tuned in for the live stream, yeah, definitely awesome. So, USMC, good morning, good to see you, sir. Bologna sandwich. Well, see, that's the problem. I go down there in these shoebox things, and it just doesn't work. So. You pretty much, honestly, we go down there with two big, huge coolers packed full of water. It literally, every year we're down there, it gets that damn hot. I really just don't make any space for food. I'm pretty much all about water. And I legitimately, I eat one meal a day down there and a snack, and then we go out to dinner afterwards, my buddy Jim and I. But the wife and I have got it figured out. It's about $300 to go down there for the whole weekend. By the time I pay for my fuel and, yeah. Ooh. Street Machine Nationals down at the State Fairgrounds. It has been a tradition of a friend of mine and I's since I got out of prison. He was one of the first of my friends from who's like, hey man, I don't give a fuck what you did. You're still my friend. I didn't really appreciate what you did. Made a lot of us look bad because you hung out with us, but you know what it is, as long as your shit's right, straight, come on out, man. And basically I'm the only guy he trusts to drive his shit. So and we're actually hosted by O'Reilly's, the main sponsor of the Street Machine Nationals. They host us, so we're actually right in front of the main stage. We definitely last year they had the dyno machine right by us, so I got some dyno runs by us. So yeah, definitely going to get out there and get some stuff done. And I mean, literally, I can sit on the sidewalk and you guys can watch. It is nothing but a parade of cars constantly. And I mean, some badass rides. Anything from, now back to the 50s is definitely cool. But this is what I like about Street Machine Nationals. Street Machine Nationals, you see everything from modern day lowriders to jacked up trucks to full blown diesel trucks. There's diesel diesel Challengers down there. There's a Duramax Chevelle down there. There's just some all out neat shit. I mean, old school hot rods, new school hot rods, trucks you can walk underneath. USA 1, the monster truck, the old school monster truck usually makes an appearance down there. Does it make your wish list grow? No. Actually, a couple of years ago, I actually got an award. Was it 4 years ago now? Maybe it was 4 years ago. I actually got an award from a car club because one of the old hot rods I built when I had my custom car shop is still out and about and running around with no modifications. The guy came to me. He had an old 32 Ford that he wanted done. Good morning, Sarah. Good to see you. Bleeding Soul, good morning. But honestly, what had happened was this guy had he came in. He wanted just a car to drive. He wanted it just to be a daily driver for him in the summertime, and that's what we did. Didn't do any fancy bells or whistles to it. Cheap Walmart tape deck in it, Craco speakers. Had the Craco 3-way speakers in it. Standard small block Ford 302. And just a neat old cruiser. And been running it since 1998. Or 99. 99, I think he's been running it since. So, yeah. We're doing good, Bleeding. What's shaking? Oh, but I'm glad to have you all here. So here's one of the things that I like about the Street Machine Nationals is the wide variety. Plus, they have like the power competition, like they have the burnout competition, the start-stop competition, the road course. They have a lot of neat different events down there that they have the engine builders tournament down there. So, morning, Jody. Good to see you. I think I already said good morning. Maybe. Morning, Don. Good to see you. So it's for me. It's just, and it's a nice way to relax. So that's what I'm fixing to do. I gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna get rid of. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Kind of crept up on me this year. Normally I'm ready for it a couple months in advance, but auto repairs have just kicked my ass the last 2 months. So I even thought about trading in the old F-150, getting something smaller. See, here's the biggest problem I have in doing what I do in transport. My bank will not finance, like I want a Ford Transit Connect van, but they will not finance them because they're commercial vehicles. I'm like, well, that's dumb. So, hey, talk to me when you want the snacks. Yes, I have talked to TP. I'm hoping to, I'm waiting for her to get back to me to figure out exactly what we're going to do. But I will definitely keep you all posted on that. Did I get some rest last night? No, I did not. Honestly, last night I did not get squat for sleep last night. I could not fall asleep until about 3 o'clock this morning. Truthfully, I was going through an anxiety attack because I realized that Street Machine Nationals was on me. I got all this stuff going on, and I have, trying to figure out what am I doing next? What's shaking? There's my wife and I have been talking about me maybe getting, we've been looking for another job that maybe I could, that gives me a little more compatible hours, things like that. But the problem is the wages just suck. Nope, the Germans aren't here. They left yesterday. So, they probably are still sleeping. One thing I learned about Marcos, you let Marcos sleep and he will sleep all day. What's next? Waxing? Ha! Hell no. That ain't happening. They left yesterday. They're in South Dakota. Going to go see Mount Rushmore today. That is their plan. Then they want to stop at Yellowstone and see Old Faithful. That's where they were at. Rapid City. Thank you, Don. They stopped at a bar last night to get something to eat. Stopped at a bar to get something to eat, and then they were going to crash out. No, I'm not going to get an extra job. What I'm going to do is get a job with reasonable, better hours than what I have now. Oh yeah, the Germans. Actually, they weren't. It wasn't a whole lot of work. You know, as far as that goes, they were actually really good house guests. Outside of the fact that they kept taking Sky Dragon, what is shaking? Good to see you. Spelling mistake? No, it's probably not intentional. I'm just a dumbass redneck. 8:50 to go. Wax on, hair gun. Hell no. What the flying flower? Leave it to me to have a spelling mistake somewhere in there, but that's all right. I got to give a shout out to a few people, Twitch wise. Fox Outdoors. Huge shout out to Fox Outdoors. Want to give him a big shout out for always promoting us. He was on his stream yesterday making lures. I was lurking from the road, and then fishing, hunting, gaming chick always raiding us, coming in. I think she came in 3 times last week with a raid, which was absolutely awesome. Gabby is. I like giving Gabby hell. The first stream of hers I ever watched, she was fishing, had her kids out there and her husband out there, and they were out fishing, and they seen an alligator, and she tried bearing it out as long as she could because she was fishing in the fishing tournament for Twitch, and then just freaked out. It's like, nope, fuck it, we're out of here. Because it did come back up. She seen the head of it, it went down, and then didn't see it anymore. She's like, fuck that, we're out of here. And I mean, literally, you just see her hauling ass. D-Red Fisher, how you doing? Good to see you. Raid is basically where they take their viewers, they come in and they come into our channel, and she brings her viewers into our channel. And they watch us hang out, that kind of stuff. All right, Farmer Trucker, you have a safe drive. Keep the wheels on the pavement, keep it between the ditches, and we'll catch you on the flip side. So, definitely cool. And she also supports the redneckinvasion.org store. With that being said, also, 30 says, you know, as you guys know, I am a big fan of 30. I've been neglecting my Twitch family. I try to make my rounds here and there. I made my rounds last night for a little while before I went to bed. So it was, I got to go and see a little bit of everybody last night, which was really cool. Oh, so yeah, 30 is pretty cool. I like 30. Mainly it's Pumbaa. It's Pumbaa. It's all about Pumbaa. Pumbaa has basically decimated their entire farm. And he said if it weren't for the viewers, he's like, you need to come get this pig, man. Joint custody, I'm calling it now. You need to come get this pig. Were the Germans going to C-30? No, as far as I know, they weren't. I don't think they were going to make it all the way that far over. I think they're going to go from Wyoming down to Las Vegas, Nevada, and then they had to go back up to San Francisco to catch their flight back out. That's what I from what I understood, but with them, it's always subject to change. They're both caretakers for their family, so I mean their travel visa is good for 3 months, but their travel visa is good for 3 months, but they have to get back and do what they're gonna do. Travel's pretty dead set on coming back to America. His parents aren't doing so well, but he definitely wants to come here and figure out becoming a U.S. citizen, and he actually really likes Minnesota. So, and I told him, I said, "Well, you're both in the right career field." I said they're hurting for help in that career field here. So, that's just a shit ton of driving. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of driving. They are PCAs, is what we would call them here. So they would, yeah, and everybody wants to be on the winning team. Yeah, that was always the conversation. We had the World War III fishing tournament travel. We went after largemouth bass, and as you guys know, that's my target fish. I even target them in the winter. I target largemouth bass, but I'm going to do something different. I found a lake that I could actually stream off of. It's going to be a new lake. I've fished it a little bit. I fished one area of it, but I'm definitely going to be working that lake over this weekend. So definitely going to be a whole new experience. It's a little further out, not too bad though. I mean, so. All right, D Red Fisher, we will holler at you later. Make sure you guys check out D Red Fisher. Does a NASCAR stream and does fishing quite a bit, so trying to make sure I got everybody's messages read. Well, that's DH. Oh, I'm a DSP. Yeah. So it's funny because if you guys haven't, now the Democrats are now calling it a border crisis. I've been watching a lot of this has been kind of the news clips that have been coming out a lot lately. Is one client went fishing at 5:30 again. Wonder what he will get today. It's fishing, hunting, gaming chick. Yeah, we got to create a link for her. We haven't done that yet. Oh shit! 1 second here, guys. I forgot to do something. Why? Because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There we go. So, fishing, hunting, gaming chick. Yeah, I've got to create a thing for, well, actually, Redneck Tech does. I got to learn how to do some of this shit. Oh. So, but on the other side, one of the things that I've been also figuring out is I've got an idea for something I want to do. It's a pretty big invasion. I'm not going to put it out there yet. If I could pull this off, it is going to be absolutely epic. So I have this idea in my head that I really want to do, um, it's going to be absolutely epic. Uh, so, oh, I should really write some of these commands down so I can remember how to do some of this shit myself. So, what do we got going on? Took the wife to Texas Roadhouse for our anniversary. Got down on one knee. The peanut shell. She said yes. Now we're renewing our vows next year for our 20th. Now that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Nice. Well done, Matt. Hubby booked us a hotel on Ottertail Lake for the 21st, 24th. We're going to hit up Battle Lake. Yeah. Oh. So have you guys seen the there it is. There's fishing, hunting, gaming chick. So yeah, by all means, make sure you check her out. Oh, she's going to marry a baby-faced boy again. um, 25 years. It's really neat meeting all y'all's family, by the way. It's actually really cool. That's a big blessing is when y'all, when I get to meet y'all's families. Definitely had a blast doing that. I keep trying to get into politics here, but it's like, yeah, we'll just keep talking about the socialization. Lolly and I in September, we will celebrate our 6th anniversary. Wow, 6 years already. I don't know how the hell she's put up with me that long. Uh, yeah. It was fun watching the grilling and seeing everyone. Yeah. The barbecue sauce that was on here. Matter of fact, let's do a quick coffee break. I'm going to grab that so you guys can see that. Let's do a quick coffee break. I will be back shortly. I want you guys to see that. I promised I would do that yesterday. I forgot. So we'll do it today.
Some call me a sinner for the things I've done. Born with a heart of stone, fast with a gun. I'm here to get mine, then I'll leave this town. If you're standing in my way, I'll cut you down. You can't tame me.
All right, welcome back. I got my quick coffee reload. You are on the Invasion Nation Morning Show. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants this morning. But anyways, shout out to Romaine Berg, Mill Pond Salon, as always, for being my sponsors, as well as people that keep me going every day. KJ's Quick Stop in Candy, Minnesota, and Iams Garage. Absolutely phenomenal. Last, what was it? When was the 4th? The 4th was Thursday? Was it? So, yeah. Anyways, as you guys know, for some reason, the last couple months, I've just been plagued with mechanical issues. So, anyways, I had a wheel bearing go out. Watching the Beard video earlier, Tech Guy and Dr. Phil Potato Head look kind of weird. That Mac guy looks like a real... Get the fuck out of here. So, and had a wheel bearing go out on the Pacific. I needed it done immediately. I did not have the time to do it. I was already on the road. Had the Germans here. Going absolutely nuts. Those guys pulled me and got me in. Immediately. So, here's the thing. Wax on, hair off. So those of you who are over here, by the way, I got a huge shout out for B2 Crafts. I don't know if she's in here, but good night. She drove 3 hours to come hang out with all of us, during that. 3 hours. She drove out here. So, yeah. What do you mean I have no idea? B2 is awesome. Oh, yeah, the bar... yeah. The bars were... I'm not a big sweets guy, but those things were ridiculously good. So, anyways, those of you who were here, and I did ribs that night. I did ribs for everybody. Made a couple racks of ribs. The barbecue sauce that I use is this right here. If y'all can see that. BTYR County Market Uncle Buster's barbecue sauce. Made right here in Minnesota. All natural stuff. Some of the best barbecue sauce I have had. Our very own UNC, his family makes that. Clinton. So when y'all see him, it's in some stores in southern Minnesota. There he is. But absolutely amazing stuff. Everybody who tried it absolutely loves it. When I grill with that stuff, I don't use any seasoning outside of that because it is just done very, very well. It is very, very good. Absolutely love it. My numbers were over 260 that night and well worth it. Yeah. So the barbecue sauce I use, Redneck takes like, you got to put that on the stream. I'm like, yeah, I'll put it on there. I was supposed to do it Monday, because it had already got in the house. I forgot about it. And I'm like, oh shit. And then we were talking about the get together. I'm like, oh, let me go up and go get it. And I needed more coffee anyways. But yeah, Uncle Buster's barbecue sauce, absolutely amazing stuff. I am a huge fan of it. I literally eat this stuff by the gallons. I get it in gallon jugs. I eat it by the gallons. So, well, good morning, Miss Lolly. Ugh. I'm not kidding you. I make pulled pork with it, and I think I eat half the pulled pork before it's done. Yeah, we do it with we use it on our pulled pork, and it doesn't last here long. We can literally, my wife and I, we're usually pretty reasonable when it comes to eating dinner, but pulled pork with this barbecue sauce is ridiculous. We can make 2 pounds, but it doesn't last at all. We literally eat a pound of it before it's even done cooking. I keep having to sample it. So, and I was a ketchup fanatic. I like ketchup, and I pretty much used, coincide. I really got to clean my desk off again. I moved a bunch of stuff around, and I've been slowly working on this down here. Ah! Really? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Love that sound. Not really. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, Jody. Yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff going on. I've got Street Machine Nationals in 2 weeks. Did not even realize it. I think I figured out what I'm going to put up online. I have this antique fly rod I think I'm going to put up. I don't do anything with it. It just sits in my basement here in a display case. So I think I'm going to put that up to get my Street Machine Nationals money. Thanks, you woke up a car full of boys. So, yeah. Took my earphones off just in time. The other thing is when I'm trying to figure out, Redneck Tech got me another battery pack. Got me a smaller one, which baby shark baby shark baby shark baby shark. Somebody get Farville a liter of cola. Seriously. Oh.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Sorry, but not really, Ruger wife. Yeah. Oh. Why? Because you showed me the button. It is what it is. That's what I have to endure to get things done around here. I got to see Travel Buddies, Marcel's streaming setup, and it's actually quite simple. He's got his camera set up through a GoPro. I'm going to actually look at that system because I like the GoPros. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it.
Making them dirt road dollars.
Go in the cup.
Way out yonder, having them holler.
There were cuss words from the back seat. I nearly peed from laughing so hard. Oh, yeah. Those of you guys who invaded us at the lake also, that was really cool. The heat was getting to me, so I had to climb in my truck for a little bit on Sunday. And I woke up and little Miss Airhorns is standing there with her hand all wrapped up. Miss Gracie herself tripped going up the stairs and fractured her wrist. All right, Rich, thank you very much, sir.
Making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
3:30 a.m., I guess it's too early. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it.
We're making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
My puppies were fighting and the squirrel broke them up. Oh, so yeah, I even forgot where I was going. Those of you, I woke up. I actually didn't. I was just laying down there, just let the air conditioning cool me off, and I drank about 2 bottles of water. And there's little Miss Airhorn with a hospital band around her. Thank you, Sarah.
We're making them dirt road dollars. Way out yonder, having them holler.
And she's standing there, and now, mind you, the first time I ever met this young lady, she was like crappie flopping on a trampoline. I'm like, that would cost me like a month at the chiropractor's office every time she would jump. She didn't break it. I think she just fractured it, from what I understand. They got to go back in a week and have it checked out. So, and Chad came out with his daughter. Justin came out with his kids. Definitely cool. Lolly brought out treats for all the kids. Definitely a neat setup. We had a mini invasion at the lake, we called it. Purple People Eater came out, had his son out there. So, definitely cool. Not broken, bad sprain. Change her name to Little Miss Gracie. That's one of the things they told me. She has the propensity to hurt herself. I like messing with her. The Ruger kids are actually really, really good kids. Ruger's son is a workaholic. Works his backside off every time I'm like, where's he at? Working. Took them a month to find a fracture in my foot. Damn. Going to the lake. How do you forget the poles? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Justin forgot the fishing poles. And I specifically only brought one because I didn't want to be tempted. I wanted to fish like the Germans that day. I don't mind bobber fishing, but I bobber fish for panfish. They like going, they're large fishermen, so. Oh yeah, the air horn was ridiculous. And then mine failed epically. I shot Redneck Tech right in the eyeballs with whatever comes out of those things. He's like, my eyes were all tingly. I'm like, well, at least you ain't blind. Sarah, good morning. Good to see you. Now we got 2 Sarahs in here. So. They were cold. Well, at least you didn't have to worry about your eyeballs sweating. I'm an aholic, but it ain't from work. It is compressed air. It's the same stuff you clean your keyboards out with. But yeah, mine was an epic fail. They gotta buy one. Yeah. Don't go to a redneck invasion party. Well, I would get some train horn mounted on the lawn tractor just because I could do it. I actually have a set of horns off a semi sitting up in my attic. I thought about hooking up to the air compressor, but they're really freaking loud. Hoffy went on a Harley ride. I stayed to watch this. Very nice. $10 at Walmart. Ruger son, good morning. Good to see you. You're in Wisconsin. I go to Wisconsin every day. Oh. Aha! Yeah, there we go. What's life without the father mucking bagpipes? Yeah, it's great. Absolutely great. Oh. Yeah, and then Travel's like, I can't go watch you shave your beard off. He's like, he thinks that's the cardinal sin of men is to shave their beards off. And it's like, yeah. And poor Paulina. Paulina was in tears when she was shaving Tech's beard off. She is literally in tears. She's like, oh my God. There are really violent human rights. I mean, torture isn't that forbidden in the USA? Yeah, well, it's supposed to be. So, it's already growing back good. Yeah, you can't see mine very well, but I got the shadow going on. Welcome to the life of being a ginger. There's, I mean, here's the thing. We're going to be, I mean, I don't plan it. This isn't like something I'm only doing for years. So, I mean, we're going to have plenty of get-togethers over the years here, too. So, I mean, if you can't make them right away, don't worry about it. And as we get better coordinated at this, we'll have, you know, better events set up and things like that. You know, a lot of people have been asking about a get-together at the lake. One of the things that I have to be careful with in doing this kind of stuff is some cities, like say I make it a redneck invasion gathering type deal. Some cities and some counties require you to pull a permit, require you to have insurance, things like that. So as we get better set up and better developed to do that kind of stuff, we will definitely be, you know, we'll definitely be better set up for that. So right now it's just kind of last minute stuff like Redneck Tech throwing to get together at his place and throwing them at mine, and people just coming to raid us as we're fishing or doing whatever. The problem with behind Mill Pond Salon is there's just not a lot of space to fish right back there. You can fish a few people pretty comfortably, but you really can't get... There's really not a lot of space along there to get a lot of people in there. So, uh-oh. Tech. Oh, it went away. Whatever the hell that was. That was weird. It is definitely a cool spot for fishing. You know, but it's not something you can bring a whole bunch of people to. There's lakes around there, there's parks around there, but the thing is everybody be pretty well spread out because they've got one tee dock in one spot, they've got the beach on the other side, you got a couple of spots to fish here, a couple of spots to fish there. It's time for me to go. Have a great day. Thanks again, Redneck. Thanks again, everybody. We will talk to you later, Clinton. Catch you on the flip side. That female soccer player needs to get smacked and hard. Thank you, Jerry. What do we got going on here? Did she like the new look? Not really. I'm going to rest now. It's been a long night. Have a great day, everyone. Be safe out there today. Absolutely. Thank you very much. The purple-haired one. Why? What happened? I guess I don't keep up with soccer enough to know what's going on. Apparently somebody in the home run derby for baseball hit 69 home runs. Disrespectful. She's basically saying, if we win, I'll never go to the oh. Well, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, let's face it. You have people in America that are just they're completely ignorant. And the thing is you know, if we win, I'm not going to the effing White House. Well, that's good. Hooray for you. Drop the U.S. flag on the ground. Yeah, and at what point in time you're there representing the United States? If that's the case, now I got to look this up. Well, that's a screenshot. That's not what I wanted. It said it's a video. Let's see if I can find the video here. All right, I think I got it. Let's see if we got this here. Now I got to see this.
I didn't think that the U.S. was going to get by France, and I was happy to be wrong. But she looked me dead in the eyes and said, no, not happening. And this is a player who we know wasn't happy about being on the bench, but that belief and that confidence.
Wow. Now, I'd like to see her comments. I don't know. Oh, look at there. Vapor got it.
The U.S. women's soccer team is one step closer to World Cup victory. The All-Star squad will defend its 2015 title against the Netherlands in the World Cup final on Sunday. So joining us now is one of the 23 superstars, defender Allie Krieger. Good morning, Allie.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. So how are you and the team feeling as Sunday approaches?
Oh, we're so excited. To be in the World Cup final is an incredible feeling. It's so rewarding. You work your entire lives for this moment. So we can't be more excited to just continue this journey. It's one more game to go, and we're so ready and prepared.
What's it going to take to beat the Netherlands?
I think just focusing most importantly on us and how we can exploit their weaknesses and use our strengths against them, and focus really on our game and how we can perform at our best, and making sure that everyone is 110% prepared and ready, recovered and rested, because it will be a battle. It's the final. You're here playing against of the best teams in the world, obviously against the European champions. It will be a battle, but we're so prepared, and we just have to mentally just be focused and keep doing what we've been doing this entire tournament, which is just play together and be mentally ready.
Did you feel that the game against England was a little too close for comfort?
That's the way it always is at the highest stage. You know, you want to play against the best teams in the world because that's the most rewarding feeling in the end, where you really feel like you've succeeded and you've beaten everyone, and you are that best team. And I think we encompass that through the entire tournament. We've proven ourselves time after time, game after game. We've had the toughest games. We've had the little amount of rest, or the least amount of rest compared to any other team. So I think we just have to continue to focus on ourselves and prepare for this game just like we do any other day.
Do you know what the lineup is for Sunday? Do you know if you'll be playing?
No, we don't find out until the day before, the night before. So we're not sure on that. But we all are prepared and ready to go, no matter whose name is called. And it takes 23 to win this tournament and to win this trophy and bring it home. So we're all very prepared. We're focused and encouraging each other, whoever is called upon that day.
Got it. Has President Trump called to or tweeted to congratulate you guys yet?
I honestly, after I had tweeted about that incident, I haven't really been on Twitter and focused on him at all. And so I have no idea. More importantly, Barack Obama tweeted at us, which I definitely liked. So I saw that one. And I was really excited about that, and we all were as well.
Speaking of what you put on Twitter, let me ask you about that. You tweeted at the president after the president had tweeted about Megan Rapinoe, basically saying that she should, quote, win before she talks. He didn't like that what she was saying about some of her sort of means of protest, I guess. So then you tweeted, in regards to the president's tweet today, I know women who you cannot control or grope anger you, but I stand with Megan Rapinoe, who will sit this one out as well. I don't support this administration nor their fight against LGBTQ plus citizens, immigrants, and our most vulnerable. So when you say sit this one out, you meant that you would not go to the White House if invited.
No, absolutely not. I refuse to respect a man that warrants no respect. And, you know, I feel like staying silent, you know, at times can side with the oppressor. And I didn't want her to feel that she was, you know, kind of having to process this all alone, because a lot of us do have those similar feelings. And I wanted to make sure, as one of her close friends, that, you know, she didn't feel that. And I feel like we're able to focus as women. It's funny, imagine that we can multitask on two things at once. And I think that it doesn't take a lot of mind space to go ahead and tweet something out that's very important, and then just refocus, turn it off and refocus on the job. You know.
What do you mean she's going to get a job with CNN when she's done?
To win. So I refuse to you know, just sit back and watch kind of an abuser or bully you know, talk like that to my friend. And, you know, I support her as a friend, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, I said something that meant something to me and it was important to me. And yeah, that's why I did what I did.
Well, meanwhile, you have gotten invitations from Congress also. Here is what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said.
Yeah.
It may not be the White House, but we'd be happy to welcome Rapinoe and the entire team for a tour of the House of Representatives anytime they'd like. So do you, I mean, I know how you feel. You've been quite clear. Megan Rapinoe has as well. Do you think that your whole team would rather accept an invitation from Congress and go to the House of Representatives than the White House?
How does that go? Absolutely. Yeah, I could say after this game, we could pack our bags and we'd be on our way. But that's obviously not my choice. So we'll have to regroup and see what happens. But most importantly, we have this game on Sunday. We have to perform. We have to win. And then everything else will come after that.
It's funny
so one day at a
because
time.
two people are willing to speak
most
for
importantly,
the
we need to
entire
focus on
team.
this game.
I wonder how the
then,
entire team feels about
things
this.
will obviously, come into play after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Alika, your best of luck to you. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us on New Day. We will be watching.
Yeah.
U.S. women's soccer team star Megan Rapinoe has doubled down on comments she would not be going to the White House if the team won the World Cup. She spoke at a news conference a short time ago.
I stand by the comments that I made about not wanting to go to the White House, with the exception of the expletive. My mom will be very upset about that. But I think obviously entering with a lot of passion, considering how much time and effort and pride we take in the platform that we have, and using it for good and for leaving the game in a better place and hopefully the world in a better place. I don't think that I would want to go, and I would encourage my teammates to think hard about lending that platform or having that co-opted by an administration that doesn't feel the same way and doesn't fight for the same things that we fight for. So I'll just leave it at that, and I'm not interested in answering any of those questions. We can get to the real reason we're here, which is a huge game. I didn't make the comments at a press conference here. They were made months ago and just kind of resurfacing. So I think if anything, it just fires everybody up a little bit more.
I think this team has a remarkable focus. I think we all support Megan. She knows that. We know we have each other's backs in there. And I think for our players, there's only one purpose, one mission that we're here. Comments, media, whatever. It's always been something that, I think we can block out pretty easily.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing that they can blatantly disrespect the Commander-in-Chief of the United States. It's amazing that in this country you're allowed to just be disrespectful, but as soon as you feel disrespected, then you're absolutely in the right. So, she took a knee at the last game, did she? I find this absolutely amazing that the disrespect game continues to go one up. We have the Roseville mayor, I believe Columbia Heights. The Columbia Heights mayor actually is under fire right now because she didn't declare a national LGBTQVZXYZ day, awareness day that they wanted. And now, mind you, this is their first event there. Here's my problem with the pride parades. Here's my problem with the pride events. Here's my problem. Okay, I understand. You want people to be educated about your sexuality. That is great. That is fine. What you do behind your closed doors is fine. But when you got asshats running around with their fucking assholes showing out and you bring in kids down to these events, you're a fucking pedophile. When you're running around with no clothes on, you got guys walking other guys around in leashes and fucking mini straps and things like that. I mean, seriously. No, you get no respect from me. And then you're going to turn around, you're going to criticize the president based on what you know from mainstream media. But what you don't understand is this. Is he's done more for you than the Obama administration has. All Obama lets you do is let you guys go out and prance around like a bunch of fucking fairies, going out there and doing this dumb shit. But anybody else would do this if somebody walked in normal case situations. I'm not going to show this shit. I don't want to show this shit on my show because there's kids who watch my show. Okay? Seriously. When you watch some of these parades, I mean, literally, you go down to Minneapolis and you go down there and you've got people having sex in public all over the place down there, but it's okay. But it's okay because it's Pride Week. But you've got kids walking around down there. Anybody else in America would do that and they would be in jail. They would be in jail for that. I don't understand that. Oh, they're supposed to be a hands-off group. Don't touch them. They might scream. I mean, look at what they did to Adam Calhoun in California. I mean, the thing is this. Okay, I don't understand this. We're supposed to accept them, but then they prance around. I would never, ever, if it was up to me to make decisions, people who are walking around like that, like literally you have guys walking around with other guys on fucking leashes wearing these things that like literally their balls are hanging off each side, their assholes fully exposed. But this is okay. You have people down there in parks and public areas having sex, performing oral acts of sex, even during the parade. But this is supposed to be a family event. You know, you got the mayor from Columbia Heights being told that she is straight prejudiced after she signed off on an entire Pride Week, their first Pride Week, but because she didn't want to dedicate a day. Indecent exposure. Thank you, Jody. This shit's ridiculous. I have homosexual friends on both sides, guys and girls. I have bisexual. I have people who are genderly confused. And I tell them that. They know that that's part of the package of being a friend of mine. That when you think you're a guy, or when you're a guy and you think you're a girl, I'm going to call you fucking gender juicy, that you're fucked up. All right? But they deal with that, just like I deal with the fact that they're homosexual. It is what it is. But my friends are not walking around exposing their shit to kids and to the rest of the public. They're not having sex out in public in front of other people. I mean, this is ridiculous. You want me to sit here and sympathize with your cause, but this is what happens every time one of these events goes on. You want everything handed to you, but yet it's one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. I know people who will not go down to Pride Week because of the fact of what's going on there. I know homosexual people, professional homosexuals, who will not go down there. They have business reputations and things like that. They will not go down there because they don't condone the acts that are going on down there. These are the same group of people that did not want law enforcement at Pride Week. Well, I wonder why. Not to mention, should we talk about the drugs that are exchanged down at Pride Week? Should we talk about the drug arrests that go on at Pride Week? Oh, no, we can't talk about that. Heaven forbid that mainstream media would report the fact that, how many people are caught with illegal substances on them constantly. How many people are gotten for public intoxication. Oh, no, we can't put those stats out. We cannot put them stats out. Don't do that. Oh, no. Chris, good morning. Brett, good morning. Oh, yeah, that's... drug dealers are definitely targeting Pride Week. Why? Because them motherfuckers will buy up just about everything. All right, Penny, we'll catch you later. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. You see the one drag queen kid was getting talked at by a pedophile, and the mother is angry. She is being sexualized. Freaking idiots. What do you expect? Here's the other part that pisses me off. Now with all this gender identity shit, Okay, with all this gender identity shit, here's one of the issues that's going on with this. Now you have parents who they're so set on this that they're having their having their kids take medications and things like that. If all of a sudden, I mean, some little boy is walking around in his mom's heels and puts on her necklace, all of a sudden he's identifying as a girl. Oh, we better go get him some medication so that way he can't develop. Yeah, I'd heard stuff about Sunshine. That's why it's no longer here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with it at all. It's one thing. Okay, Pride Week in its purest form of what it's supposed to be, I agree with. Okay, that's fine. They are oppressed for many decades here. That's fine. I don't care. My moral beliefs, no, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with homosexuality. It is what it is. But it doesn't make them any less a people. It doesn't make them any less a people. Their choice is their choice. Okay? The religious side of me says it's wrong, but they're still people. I still talk to them. Talk to everyone later, not feeling well today. Gotta go. All right, boss lady. We'll catch you on the flip side. It seems like that it Pride Week has just turned into a big drunken drug fest and orgy. Is really what it is. And it's unfortunate. And people will criticize me and say, that's not true. Bullshit. You forget, I lived on the other side for a long time of the law. I know what people were going. The guys that I used to hang out with years ago, that's what they did. They loaded up with drugs to go for Pride Week. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking idiot behind a camera here, right? I have no idea what I'm talking about. And that's the thing. They can attack me all they want. They could say I'm homophobic, which I'm not. They can say whatever they want about me. The thing is the truth is the truth. Fix the fucking problem. Quit letting people run around there flaunting their body parts in front of children and saying it's okay, it's our freedom, it's our right to express ourselves. That's not what it is. Are heterosexual people allowed to have a parade and flaunt their sexuality all over the place? No, they're not. You have been given a privilege. It is not a right. It is a privilege. And that's the problem. People take privileges just like driving. People take a privilege, like Pride Week, and they ruin it because they think it's a right. There are legitimate homosexuals out there who would love nothing more than to educate people, to help people get over their fears of homosexuality. There are legitimate people out there that would do that. But they won't go to Pride Week because of what it has become. Simply because of what it has become. They are ashamed. And I've asked. Instead of educating people, because now they're into the transgender, transsexual community, instead of educating those people about the suicide rates and things that actually matter in that community, oh no, let's have our twig and berries hanging out with our asshole hanging out. Let's do the dominant submissive thing, walking down the street and showing it off. Let's be okay with that. We should be okay with that because they're just expressing themselves. It's okay to show your kids that somebody should be held on a leash and walk down the street. That's okay. That's okay. Let's do that. It's okay to show it, the kid to walk by a park and their mom have to scoop them up because somebody's in there having oral sex or having all-out sex in the middle of the park. Because if law enforcement does anything, automatically they're deemed and have lawsuits filed against them constantly. They petitioned, what was it, last year or 2 years ago? They petitioned that law enforcement have no presence at Pride Week. Why? Why would you do that? That's my question. Why would you do that? What is your reason behind that? I mean, if you're not doing anything illegal, then what's the problem? Every other parade or festival is regulated by law, even the state fair. Minnesota's Pride and Joy, the state fair, is regulated by rules and law. But it is what it is. I could sit here and talk about it. I could rant about it, but nothing's going to change. Other than the fact that normal people throughout the world are losing the utmost respect for these people. And then they say they're being targeted because they're homosexuals. No, you're being targeted because of the lewd acts that are being performed at these Pride Weeks. Instead of taking the time to educate, because your community has the highest suicide rate, and it's not because of bullying. Your community has the highest suicide rate out of the entire population. And instead of creating support groups and things like that for these people, oh no, here, let me put you on a leash and walk you down the street. Let you be caught on camera. That way. And then all of a sudden you walk into a job and somebody says, oh, we're not going to hire you. I wouldn't hire you. I wouldn't hire you if all of a sudden you're caught on news camera being walked down the street on a leash. Hell no. Wearing almost absolutely nothing. And then you're going to say that I'm homophobic or that I don't hire gays. Oh, I don't care what your sexuality is. But when you go out in public and you make that kind of a parade and then you look like a complete idiot on camera because when they ask you what Pride Week is, you have no idea what it stands for. Yeah, no. I'm not going to show you the videos. I will not show the videos on my show. That is, I have kids who watch my show outside of my language. I just won't do it. It's ridiculous. It is what it is. I mean, they have big Pride Day at Washington Park in Michigan. I was off that beach fishing and smelled people smoking pot, and I was 50 yards away, but didn't see any nasty stuff. But then again, I wasn't looking. Yeah, I've got homosexual friends, and I ask them about Pride Week and things like that, and they're like, yeah, no. As described to me, I have no need to go down to a drunken, drug-infested orgy, is what I was told. I've been accused, have you gone down to Pride? I don't need to go to Pride Week. I see the YouTube videos that these asshats are posting up, and there's no way. Sure, the mainstream media will show you the really nice part. They'll show you the really good part. Okay. But to see that stuff is just no. Nope. So, I mean, it's nice to know that we can be completely 100% disrespectful to the people who were voted in to lead our country. And then when you disrespect, basically what it comes down to is, okay, I voted for Donald Trump. So when you tell me that the person I voted for is a piece of shit and that his administration is shit, and basically you're taking an uneducated side of this argument. Oh, we're using our platform. Okay, well, thank you, Colin Kaepernick Jr. Go sit down. Nike will have a deal for you when you can't get on a team anymore. I had seen somewhere Lolly had said something about the Colin Kaepernick jersey being used as a rug down in Texas. Here's my thing. Matching disrespect for disrespect is not the answer. It's not the answer. It really isn't. I understand the sentiment behind it. Derek Gucci is now following. Okay, answering disrespect with disrespect is not the answer. Okay, simply by not acknowledging them, not giving them support, and not supporting the companies that support their ideology, thank you, is how you take care of that. It is funny. I mean, but the thing is you bought the jersey, you paid him. He doesn't give a shit what you do with that jersey. He still gets paid for it. And that's the thing. The people are allowed to express their opinions. But when you become completely disrespectful, and I've heard the argument 100 times that him during the national anthem, taking a knee, that's not what it's for. Okay, the part that pisses me off the most is the fact that, one, the NFL required all of its players in order to play in the NFL. The NFL is a job, okay? It is a job that you take on. When you take on the job as an NFL player, you are expected to do certain things. One, stand for the national anthem. Be respectful during the national anthem. It says it right in their bylaws, their guidelines. And then you have a preacher that gets out there that says the NFL is nothing more than the N-word for lease. I'm not allowed to say it because I'm white, and heaven forbid a white guy be allowed to say it without being called racist. But although you can have black people say it constantly, and it's okay. I mean, here's the deal. Kaepernick's jersey is like 8th all-time top seller now. People are buying them to burn them, and he's still getting paid. That's my point. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I've seen people buying Nike shoes and burning them. Nike doesn't give a shit. You're buying them. They're getting paid. You're doing exactly what they want you to do. Just like I remember back in the day when I was growing up, they were buying rap CDs. They were buying rap CDs and burning them. They figured if they took them all off the shelves, hell no. They were making more. You increased their album sales by thousands, hundreds of thousands. Yeah, Jerry Jones was actually the first one to say that. I believe it's NFL wide now that you have to do that. But when you say it's the N-word for lease, and everybody's like, oh, look, he's being oppressed. He can't get hired nowhere. Well, no. Nobody wants a controversy. The NFL ratings went so far down the fucking tubes because football was considered an American sport. You know, and what, the ones you've been using? Would you get a new set? If you're talking about the ones that you let me use over at yeah, man, I want them bad boys. Hell yeah. Those things are like sex without the sweat. Hell yeah. But I don't know. To each their own, to everybody their own opinion. Here's the thing. I understand that, you know, the debate of disrespect, the fact that Obama allowed public disrespect to get as far as it has gotten. Yeah. I'm not even going to give you the courtesy of putting your name out there. That's bullshit. The blatant act of disrespect doesn't get your message out there. Disrespect does not get your message out there at all. Yeah. Pig helmets, get them out there for our recent follower here. That has got to be, you're just one of them idiots with a stupid title. Yeah. So, Blind Joy lurking in there. Good to see you. So here's the thing. I am not in any way, shape, or form against homosexuals. Their lifestyle is against my moral beliefs. But other than that... Fuck! Oh! I love that one. Their personal preference is against my moral beliefs. Okay, their lifestyle is their choice. They're still my friends. I still hang out with them. I still talk to them. I still give them hell. Okay, they give me crap. It is what it is. They're still my friends. I even have family members who are homosexual, and I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. I'm not freaked out by it at all. But they're also not disrespectful. Little Miss Airhorn, good morning. But they don't go out and flaunt. I mean, they don't go out and flaunt the stuff that I've been seeing during Pride Week and things like that. And they don't go on these rampages. You woke boys up again. Here. But to come out and blatantly disrespect the president, you know, why not have a conversation with him when you get there? Why not have a conversation with him when you get there? Why not say, Mr. President, I'd like to talk to you because this is what I've heard. And you know, you could use the opportunity of your quote unquote platform to make a difference. Instead, you used your platform to be disrespectful. Why would you not use the opportunity to sit down and talk with the president? I did not agree with a lot of things that Barack Obama had done. I did not agree with a lot of things that Bill Clinton had done. But had I had the opportunity to go to the White House, to have dinner with them, to talk with them, had I had the opportunity to go to the White House and talk with them, I would ask them personally questions off camera. I would just want to talk to them. I would not make a big public display about it or any such thing. I would simply use the time and the platform in which I am there to have a conversation with them. Amazon is striking on Prime Day. Order your stuff before that. What the hell? Why is Amazon striking? I think it would be an honor to go to the White House no matter who the president. Absolutely, it would be. Little Miss Airhorn, I only got 4.5 hours of sleep. Well, you and I are in about the same boat then. It's only a 6-hour strike. Well, what the hell are they striking about? The Shakopee warehouse. What are they striking about? They want safe and reliable jobs, increased respect, and opportunities for... It's a warehouse. You go from packaging to driving a forklift. There isn't much room for advancement in a warehouse. I don't know. For the predominantly East African workforce, protect the right to organize and advocate for better work conditions and demand. Well, here's the problem. I'm going to tell you, and here's the disadvantage of a booming economy. You know, it's when you have more jobs out there than you have people, when you have unemployment at an all-time rate, they're probably going to get away with what they want. Because you're not going to have a whole lot of people struggling to get into the door. And then let's face it, Amazon has been known not to pay a lot of people, or not pay them, but not pay them well. You know, and it all depends. It depends on what they consider. Let's take, for instance, the companies that went through the slaughterhouse effect when it came to Muslim prayer. You know, the companies that had to go through the whole deal of shutting down their businesses because of Muslim prayer. You know, how many businesses had to go through that? If I owned a large business, I would lock the doors before I let my employees dictate how I ran. Federal Cartridge in Anoka did that very thing. They said, here's the deal. We pay you well. You have good insurance. You walk a union in this door, we close the plant, move to Mexico. It is what it is. Plain and simple. You know, unions had their places and times, but you want to talk about why auto manufacturing took off out of this country? Because in the time of the recession, the United Auto Workers Unions refused by all means to help out. Oh no, you're going to keep paying us regardless of the recession. They're like, we're not making the money. Most of the bailout money that went to automakers went to go pay the auto workers union. Outside of the corporate guys getting their money, but corporate guys are like, fuck it, the auto workers union is not willing to work with us, fuck them. You know. Starting pay is $15. Okay, that sounds like pretty good pay. I come and work that job. If they pay $7 an hour, I'm glad I can work all day long for that. Here's the thing. This is what I don't understand. Now help me out in this. In a booming economy with jobs that are plentiful, okay, if I agreed to do a job for a certain amount of money per hour, if I agreed to do this job for this amount of money per hour, and the job then tells me, okay, well, here's the incentives, raise after 90 days, yada, yada, yada. Why would you not? What is the problem? I worked for Amazon twice. Once consulting job, $200 an hour, and then did the flex delivery thing for one day to assist in purchasing some items. Both were well paid. I enjoyed it. You just have to show up on time every day, increases bonuses, increases in bonus availability. Here's the thing. All right, Gus, thank you for the 200 biddies.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
So here's my issue. If you agree to take a job on, for, let's say, we'll say $10 an hour. Okay. You agree to take a job on for $10 an hour. You've agreed to work for $10 an hour. And if your performance doesn't show that you're worth more than $10 an hour, these boys never make it as truckers pee break again. What? Tell them to pee in a bottle. So, yeah. If you agree, it is what it is. Just like these people who go to McDonald's and they agree to work for $7.50 an hour or $8.50 an hour, whatever it is, $9 an hour, we'll say. You agree to go to McDonald's for $9 an hour, and then you're going to stand out there and protest, saying you deserve $15 an hour for fucking up my cheeseburger? Wrong. Try again on this episode of Dr. Redneck. Let me tell you, if you agreed to do the job for $9 an hour, do the job for $9 an hour. And I promise you, McDonald's will promote you. McDonald's will give you pay increases. But if you can't manage to make a simple cheeseburger the right way, or their classic Big Mac, or their classic Quarter Pounder with cheese, or their classic Egg McMuffin, you will not get a raise. If you can't manage to show up on time, work your shifts. If you can't manage to do your job responsibilities, you will not get a raise. Welcome to the working world. See, I know in Louisville you can start as a loader and end up as a long hauler trucker, and they pay your truck license, and still people complain. Absolutely, a lot of companies are like that. My brother started out for a company as a truck driver. Okay, my brother started out as a company of truck driver. Worked that truck for 16 months. They paid for his license, paid for his CDL, trained him to drive it, put him in a brand new truck after I think it was 6 months. Put him in a brand new truck, and he turned it into a career. Now he's one of the top dogs of the company. He's one of the most sought after people. He's got headhunters chasing him down. Worked his way up. They even paid for him to go to school for business management. I mean, come on, really? I'm so tired of people thinking that shit like that should be handed to them. Just like these guys who get out here, they've been in a truck for, they get in a truck and they're like, oh, I drive, I got a day camper job and I drive for a little bit here and there. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool. Your job I was doing as soon as I could reach the clutch pedal, as soon as I could push the clutch to the floor, I was doing your job sitting on the edge of the seat. So, I mean, you're not doing anything special. Oh, that's right. You don't have to push the clutch anymore. You got automatic trucks. No, I don't know. It's just me. It could be just me. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe I need to figure out a way to approach life differently and just have people hand me everything. You know, now I've got people out there who are demanding all this money to go, you know, like I had a 19-year-old kid tell me how he was going to come work for me and how I was going to pay him. Helmer, what's happening? Good to see you. I had a 19-year-old kid tell me that I was going to give him one of my contracts that he was working, and that I wasn't going to make any money on it, and that's the only way he's going to come work for me. And I said, well, let me tell you something there, shit stain. I'm in business to make money, which means I have employees. Employees means that I make money off of my employees. That's a really nice plan, and you're a fucking idiot. You have no experience. You're going to come in here and tell me, somebody who is an over 20-year veteran on the road, you're going to come in here and tell me how it's going. No, vote Democrat. If you vote Democrat, you're not going to get free stuff. You're going to get promised free stuff and never receive it. So, you know, I'll never forget that. The kid comes to me and comes to apply for a job and says, well, this is how it's going to work. And it's like, no, it's not. And I said, okay, explain to me how you'd handle this situation. Now, I entertain this. I always entertain situations. So I said, okay. I said, you have approximately 6 different clients that you have to deal with when you have a contract. Tell me what the regulations are. Tell me the FDA regulations on this. Tell me the USDA regulations on this. Well, I don't know. Well, then you can't have these contracts. What is your clearance code? Well, I don't have one. You can't have a contract. This isn't something I can just hand you, dumbass. Just like the guy who reaches out to me, blows up my inbox one day, just blowing up my inbox, talking about how he was illegally fired by an employer and that they're pressing him, and now his family's in a bad spot in a worse way. And you know, my heart, I don't know, call me a bleeding heart, I guess. So I go out and reach out to him and I say, what's going on? And he tells me, oh, this place fired me for no reason and da-da-da-da. And you know, my family depends on this income. And I'm like, okay. I said, okay. I get that. All right. So I reach out to the employer. I'm not going to put the company's name out there because they did nothing wrong. But anyways, so I reach out to the manager of this company, who was very sociable. I said, hey, I'm calling, my name's Redneck of the Redneck Invasion, man. And I said, I'm calling to tell you that, I'm checking you out because, you recently fired somebody, who claims that they were fired, unlawfully. And he says, I know who you're talking about. And he says, I can't talk about employee stuff. I said, well, he's given me permission to talk to you about all this stuff. And I said, we can call him 3-way. And over the phone, identified himself, guy gave social security number, basically went through a security procedure. Guy called corporate office. They said, absolutely talk to him. So as I talked to this manager, they just said that they did not want their name broadcasted, and I've respected that because of the fact that they were willing to go through this process with me. So I call, and I say, hey, and I'm talking to the manager. He says, well, here's the deal. He says, I hired this guy. He said, The guy never showed up for his shift on time, not once. He says, I can show you his time clock stuff. Never one time for a shift. He was always leaving early. If he would even show up at all, because there was always times there was always an issue with his daycare, or somebody was sick, somebody was dying. You know, it was always an excuse. He says, as a manager, it's really tough because when somebody doesn't show up for their shift, I have to show up. And he says it's really hard on my family. So he said it was just easier to let him go and work with the staff that I have and hopefully hire somebody better. And I said, I understand that. I'm self-employed. I understand that 100%. I have people who work for me. I understand that. And basically, when I called the guys back, I said, hey, listen, don't ever call me dumb shit like that again. And this guy thought that I was just going to be, kissing ass because I needed followers, and I don't. When it comes to stuff like that, I said, listen, I'm not your army. I'm not your personal army. Okay, I believe in doing things right. And don't do that. I said, this guy told me blatantly that you've never showed up on time for one shift and is willing, and if you're willing to continue to pursue this, I will definitely post your time cards and everything else in accordance with your computer printed schedule online. I said, you need to let this go. This is your fault. If you're trying to save face with your girlfriend or whoever you're trying to save face with, then figure out how to do it. Don't drag my name into it because I will blast you. I will blast you all over the internet. Don't do it. I said, when you sign up for a job, I said, I'm going to give you a lesson in life. When you agree to do a job under their terms, for the pay that they're willing to give you, you need to show up on time. You need to make sure your daycare is set. Now, these people have accommodated you for a month in all your bullshit. But it is your job because you've agreed to do a job during a certain set hours. You've agreed to do that, and you choose not to do that. It is not their responsibility to keep making arrangements for you to be a fuck off. So it is what it is. I said, there's absolutely nothing I can do for you. Your best bet is to let it go. And if you come after me, I definitely, because you've given access to me and for the company to release the information, I said, if it comes down to it, I will put it all online. Needless to say, I never heard from him again. And it was actually a pretty decent job. So, gotta go. Half fell asleep, so I'm going to go back to sleep. All right, little Miss Airhorn, go get some sleep. Do something. I was let go because I didn't fit in, but they loved that I only missed one night due to car issues. So that's not why I was let go. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes your personality is just not the right fit for a job. There's lots of reasons people can be let go. Let's face it. If you were, I've been let go of a job because of my personality. I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, let's face it. I have a very loud and out there personality. All right, MM, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Making them dirt road dollars, way out yonder, having them holler.
I've been released from a job because my personality didn't fit. And I'm not mad about it. And because the fact that I've also been let go of a job because I outperformed other people. We need to wire a remote control air horn in Little Miss Airhorn's bedroom. You get Redneck to control. Oh my God, she'd never get any food. Narrow Road, what's happening? Good morning. Oh, shit, it's 9 o'clock already. Yeah, I will give it a couple more minutes. Hell with it. Yeah, and I was too cheerful at the front desk. Seriously. And here's the thing. Some people are looking for certain personalities. I mean, I remember being told one time I was going in for a driving job, and I was told that I was overqualified. I'm like, really? You need drivers that I'm here looking for a job, and you're telling me I'm overqualified? I'm like, I need to drive. That's it. And you know, it is what it is. And I mean, I catch a lot of flack because I've got a neck tattoo and I've got a hand tattoo, so I have tattoos that are. Have a great day. I'll get some work done. All right, Chad. We'll catch you on the flip side. Fox. I just feel like I could sleep all day myself. I wish I knew how to sleep all day. There have been many times overqualified for the job, and the full scope usually directed to me where I was supposed to be. Yeah, and for me, it's like this. Being told that I'm overqualified just means that they're worried that I'm going to start asking for more money once I prove myself to do a very good job, which kind of confuses me in a driver's situation because that's kind of what you want, in my opinion, anyways. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I like hiring well-qualified people, even if it costs more money, because that means I have less liability. But it is what it is. I don't know. I think basically what it is this, if you agree to do a job for a certain set price, now there's certain jobs where a union is needed. I will say this, like guys in road construction, it never fails. They pull a union out of that stuff, and those guys are taken advantage of constantly. Some guys just want meat in the seat. There's a lot of companies that just want meat in the seat. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about Swift, but, you know, no. There's a reason that they're being banned from numerous truck stops. You know, and it's getting that way with a lot of companies. And the thing is, you know, they're just taking whoever will work the cheapest now. And it's like, what the fuck? My mom says their union is a joke. Which union is that? Unions had their place in their time. As you guys know, the Farmers Union was started here in Minnesota, in Elk River, Minnesota, and that actually came out to be a good deal. But now it's, I don't know, the co-op is, yeah, there's a lot of unions out there that are a joke. I mean, really, I worked for a union. I got out of painting high-rise stuff, and went into a factory, and that was a joke. That was definitely a joke because the union didn't look out for the employees at all. It looked out for the company. And unfortunately, a lot of unions now are just about lining their pockets. I will call the United Auto Workers Union out for one. They're the reason our cars are so fucking expensive. You know, when their average payout per employee, or when their average collection per employee is $65 to $75 an hour, that is ridiculous, especially in the time of a recession. And then they want to say that you know, they want to put the blame on the automotive manufacturers for putting all these people out of work. Well, it wasn't the automotive manufacturers. Maybe if you went to your union and said, hey, we'll work for cheaper for a while and help these people get on their feet and get out through a recession. You know, but hell no. They had better benefits than most government employees. You know, Tanya was on here yesterday for a short bit, but I haven't seen her this morning Or yeah, she was on here this morning. She had to go to or no, yesterday she was on. That was yesterday she was on, not this morning. But I thought she was on yesterday. Because I think Travel was going down to see her yesterday. I know her son had gotten a concussion. I was forced to join 2 unions, and it was a joke. Yeah, I was forced to join a union too, and it was definitely a joke. They didn't represent the employees at all. So, seeing she was on during the cookout. But, yeah, here's the thing. You wonder why you're not getting a raise. Did the union leader get one? Did admin get one? Bonuses awarded to executives. It all plays into hourly employees and total compensatory packages company-wide. Absolutely. And that's the thing. At the time of the recession, the average United Auto Workers employees, the manufacturer is paying out $65 to $75 an hour per employee. When you're in the middle of a recession, when people aren't buying your product, what are you going to do? And why not move to Mexico when those people are willing to work for, a few dollars a day? They wonder why we don't have some of the neat shit that they have in other countries. You take any one of these auto manufacturers, especially Ford. Ford has got some really neat shit in other countries that we won't ever get here. That we will never get here. You know why? It costs too much to make it here. It costs way too much to make it here. Now, don't get me wrong. I come from a union family. I have family members who are in the union. The union did them very well, but they were in the laborers union. Okay? And they worked their asses off. They worked in asphalt. They worked in road construction. They worked in construction. You're talking seasonal work that they had to work their asses off, that they're putting in, anywhere from 12 to 16, 18 hours a day. Oh, yeah! And, and you're talking military lifestyle here, and the thing is you're talking about people, and you're talking about a job where you're literally, don't get me wrong, we give road construction workers a lot of shit because a lot of times we drive past and we see them down and they're watching a machine work. But at the same point in time, these guys are out there 16. I got a buddy of mine, sometimes he's had to put in work 24 hours straight through, go down, get a hotel room, get 4 hours of sleep, and go back to work. There's times where they're not home. They get shipped out of state, and things like that. Yes, they get paid very well for it, but they work their asses off for it. They're not sitting in an air-conditioned manufacturing plant, and getting, 2 or 3 months vacation. Or 3 weeks vacation, 2 or 3 weeks vacation, and making a shit ton of money. I don't know. And like Matt's brother's case here, 18 years and dismissed, and the union did nothing. And that's what the union's supposed to do, is represent you. I work at a Mack truck dealership. I don't know. Are heavy trucks, are those union mechanics? I guess I don't know. I've never worked for a dealership truck mechanic. I know when I worked for, I know when I worked for Ford, it was bullshit union for mechanics. Union leaders are like fresh Congress members. They have good intentions, but usually find themselves infected from the swamp virus. Yeah. And that's the thing. Certain unions are really good. They're much needed. They're very much so needed. As a mechanic, I'm telling you, a union would have done me good in a lot of the shops that I worked at. As a mechanic, it would have done me really good. But there's a lot of unions out there, the ones that are seriously putting a drain on the system. As a designation, or as certain systems. As my father-in-law, union did him really, did him good. Did he get rich off the union? Hell no. But he actually had a union looking out for his ass to make sure he got his paychecks and they weren't screwing him on hours. Unions were for the people at one time until they became political. Absolutely. Look at how much money unions spend on Democrat campaigns now. Shit. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. I'm going to have to let y'all go here in a minute. Give me 1 second here. All right, everybody. I forgot. My buddy, actually, 2 of my buddies just had kids here this week, and I've been trying to help them out. So I'm going to go do that here immediately. And I have to get off here. He's on his way here from the hospital. I have to deliver the mama car to the shop, so she's got air conditioning for them babies. And yeah. So anyways, with that being said, is Fishing Hunting Gaming Chick on? Is she still streaming? I know she's got a limited schedule a lot of times. No? Who's on? Yeah. All right, everybody. We're just going to call it a day. So until then, y'all keep them cold, keep the bottoms up, and we will catch you all on the flip side. I got to get